In 1989, 7 Japanese companies were in the top 10 of the world stock market capitalization rankings. But nowadays, Japanese companies have declined rapidly and no Japanese companies are ranked in the top 10 anymore. Even the highest ranked Japanese company, Toyota, is ranked 31st. So, why have Japanese companies lost their power in the global market? Today, I will talk about the reasons as well as the problems of Japanese companies. Meshida jokes about Japan. Hey guys, it's Meshida. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm a comedian and I introduce funny Japanese culture. If you are interested in that, please subscribe to my channel. Meshida. In the 1980s, Japanese companies dominated the car, consumer electronics, and semiconductor industries, and it was said that Japan as number one. Japanese companies suited an industrial society. Japanese workers worked so diligently and they followed the rules and had a sense of belonging to their company. You could say that their company was like their family. More than anything, our educational system that favors teamwork over individual experiences helps the company a lot. Our educational system is like a factory producing identical corporate slaves. But the IT revolution changed business. It led to globalization and digital transformation. Simple tasks were systemized. As a result, instead of suppressing the individual and working as a part of a company, individual creativity, innovation, and uniqueness has become very important. But unfortunately, our education system hasn't changed. Through our school education, students are Japanized and their unique talents are destroyed by teachers. It says that our Japanese society could never create people like Steve Jobs or Elon Musk. In Japan, they would be ostracized. Also, marijuana is illegal. Meshida. One of the reasons that Japanese companies have declined is because of no-owner presidents. Most of them focused on beating their internal rivals for the position. Most of the non-owner presidents don't own company stocks and their term is not so long. So they prefer no-risk management methods to trying new business ideas. As a result, even though they have problems, they put off dealing with them. Then the companies have debts and accounting fraud. When they cannot handle it anymore, they sell the company to foreign companies. They don't care about their employees. They only think about their retirement money. And Japanese non-owner presidents have a low salary compared to European and American non-owner presidents. They basically have a regular monthly pay and don't have incentives. So, some non-owner presidents sell confidential information to get money, like spies. They sell to the highest bidder, unlike spies. They then spend their money on cute girls in Ginza. Meshida. Nowadays, it's said that Japanese companies don't have the systems which induce innovation. Basically, Japanese company offices don't have any private space. Everyone works together in a big room. So, it's not a good place to think deeply and do creative work. Furthermore, if you stop moving and think creatively at your desk, your coworkers will definitely think you have stopped working and are taking a break secretly. You are fucking lazy. That's why Japanese office workers avoid thinking creatively and doing a lot of odd jobs. In a Japanese office, being creative is regarded as being lazy. Japanese employees love having meetings and brainstorming, but some researchers said that while meetings and brainstorming give them satisfaction, to be honest, it rarely induces innovation. While they are discussing possibilities with passion, they feel so good, but usually it's all just talk and their ideas never become business. In Japan, brainstorming is the same as conversation while drinking. the seniors talk a lot, share their obsolete ideas, and the young staff don't say anything and just pretend to listen. Then, the next day, they forget everything they discussed. I think Japanese companies will never induce innovation because they have meetings and discuss how to induce innovation. But of course, they never invite anyone to their meetings who has a different opinion to them. Unfortunately, some bosses order their subordinates to be innovative. But when they come up with a new idea, their bosses say no, because it's never been done before.
Meshida.
Sometimes, when Japanese companies were dominating the industry, Western countries would suddenly change the rules and kick Japanese companies out of the market. For example, in 1989, the US-Japan Semiconductor Agreement was made. In the 1980s, Japanese semiconductor companies dominated the global market and the US didn't like it. They forced Japan to make an agreement that America had the right to decide the prices. Japanese semiconductor companies had to meet US product standards, and the Japanese domestic market had to expand the share of foreign companies' products to at least 20%. By the way, this agreement continued until 1996 because we have to obey our overlords. I mean, protectors. As a result, when Japanese companies exported products to America, they were required to pay a high tariff. Then, South Korea and Taiwan invited Japanese companies to make products there. To avoid paying high tariffs, Japanese semiconductor companies moved to those Asian countries and their technology was transferred to other companies in the country. Japanese companies helped other Asian countries' companies grow bigger. Our Japanese politicians encouraged and supported them. Now they are way bigger than Japanese companies. As a result, even though Japanese companies are shrinking, Japanese politicians' pockets are getting bigger, as are women's wallets in Ginza.
Meshida.
Working in a Japanese company means not working as an individual in a company. It means working as a part of a company. It's like working in the community, feeling a strong bond with each other. They often work together and each individual's task and responsibility is not obvious, so it's quite difficult to estimate each individual's performance precisely. So, how they contribute to the team is very important as it is highly evaluated. So, you could say that Japanese employees are evaluated by their boss's preferences. For them, the most important thing is to have a good relationship with their boss. So, they obey their bosses and try to become their favorite subordinate, especially people who want a promotion, even if their boss gives them a very difficult task or a mission impossible. They don't refuse to do it. They try to guess what their boss wants and do their best to achieve it. They are like Tom Cruise, but where Tom Cruise achieves his mission through amazing action, Japanese salaryman crews achieve their mission through fraudulent accounting. Then, employees who commit fraud always say, "I couldn't say no." But it's impossible to find who gave them the order to commit fraud because the order came from what their bosses didn't say. Japan has a lot of trouble with saying no.
Meshida.
Thank you for watching this video. If you like this video, please like and subscribe to my channel and please check out my Patreon too. So, see you soon. Bye bye.